I made a video about how companies from business to business censor. And I talked about how, it'll be from like your publisher, right? Whatever country, say you're selling your product to. And this is 100% digital, right? So if you're selling a game to like Germany, like you'll need to pay like 2 grand to a bunch of fat HR ladies who do not really do anything, right? But they're just in that position to effectively tell you what that no, you cannot sell your game here, and they keep the money, and it's like okay, so why would I sell a product here? Or like your publisher will do it because say your game has questionable content and it could be 100% legal, right? It could be 100% okay in the countries you're wanting to sell it in, but your publisher would be like, take this out of your game or we're pulling out. Or it could be the platform you're even selling on, right? In the case of PlayStation, they have their group of fat HR ladies who do nothing but sit there. And it's one of the reasons why, you know, Stellar Blade had to censor just a little bit. And again, this is the same place that's 100% fine with the bare sex scene in Baldur's Gate, right? Or the sex scene in The Last of Us 2 between the Neil Druckmann look-alike and Abby. Like, those are fine, but God forbid you show a little bit more side boob than what people are intended. But I wouldn't know where to sit this, like the Helldivers 2 situation where you are now having to link your PlayStation account, and I don't have one, right? Because I never had a PlayStation account. And it hasn't asked me yet, which makes me think this is something that they're doing, you know, from here on out. But there are countries that literally cannot link their PS Network account because it could be for licensing reasons. It could be the countries don't have a stable enough internet. It could just be because they are not supported in those countries. And it's odd because when the game first came out, it didn't matter, right? You could play the game, but now Sony's deciding, oh no, we want to do this. And there's a recent article talking about how Sony wants effectively your biometric data. And it's like, okay, well, why do you want this? And there was a community manager on Helldivers 2 that flat out said, oh, well, so we can ban you easily. I mean, Sony is 100% on the ESG, right? They're 100% fine with banning you. They're 100% fine with looking into your conversations and, taking your money, but then treating you like you're a fucking five. And it's odd because, again, this isn't something that when you first got the game, you had to do. They waited for a couple of months. Then they decided to enact it. And I 100% believe it's Sony's fault. Like, I don't listen to. Look, community managers in any game, in any platform, are effectively like Western localizers. Like, you have these people who. I guess you effectively hire these people to moderate the discourse, and for some of them are some of the most toxic people, and I don't believe that. Again, the CEO of Helldiver, and I'm paraphrasing, is like, well, I'm sorry about this. I just want to go back to making good games. And I 100% believe him, right? Helldivers 2 was a good game. It was a good double A game, but now in the wake of this controversy, which is odd, why now it's happening. Now people are not going to buy Helldiver. Now people are going to downvote it, right? And it sucks for the developer because, again, he made a good game. It was a game where, all anyone cared about was shooting bugs and robots, now they have to deal with this. As Helldiver reviews continue to collapse on Steam, Arrowhead's best-selling game has been pulled from around 177 countries in the wake of the new PSN network linking requirement that has turned its fanbase upside down. Egypt, Georgia, Jamaica, and Morocco are some of the notable countries where Helldivers 2 can no longer be purchased due to PSN not being available, sparking confusion amongst fans. Yeah, again, and if you're part of these countries and you already bought the game, I doubt you're able to get a refund from PlayStation. Like, they're just not going to refund you. Japan is also among the countries listed, but according to SteamDB, it has a separate package and is still available to users can't buy the global version. Helldivers 2 is no longer purchasable in 177 countries where PSN is not available, but some are still available, like Baltics. This game has now received 215,000 negative reviews. Fuck. Why? What are some of these countries? Japan is such a weird one. It's like, now you have to pretty much adhere to wherever the hell PlayStation wants to sell the damn game. Azerbaijan, Cuba, Egypt, and again, it's like, such a weird. Jamaica. I mean, again, some of these are like, Holy See. What the fuck type of country is that? It's a fucking hype country name. Nigeria. United States minor outlying islands? Why? Isn't it in the wake of Starlink? It's not, at least service won't really be that big of an issue. Like, this is just so fucking weird. What's the Steam chart say? Yeah, I mean, it's a mix now. I mean, and again, this is such a. I do not believe like because you have community managers being like some of the most toxic people on the internet, but then you have some that are like, oh no, we were intending on doing this from the beginning of Helldivers. And it's like, it's the fact that they can retroactively impose standards on a product. Again, after it's like it takes your money, after the company grabs your money. And again, how this goes back to the whole censorship argument is Sony can just unilaterally decide to pull a product from whatever country it wants for whatever reason it wants. What? Unknown country code FX. Huh? Yeah, Steam can just unilaterally just pull a product depending on what country, or not Steam, Sony can unilaterally pull a product depending on what country it wants. Or beforehand, this just simply wasn't an issue. And again, there's things like, well, this is an always online game, so even if you do pirate it, I mean, you won't be able to play on any official servers. Still available. They just can't buy the global version. I mean, this is exactly what's happening. And it's odd because, again, Helldivers was one of the most, you know, sold games, and it was literally selling the PS5. I mean, it was also available on PC. Yeah, who will take a. What the fuck? And then you have whatever the hell that is. Whoever's fault it really dropped. Whoever's fault this was really dropped the ball for the game to have so much hype. And this is reputation destroyed in 48 hours is quite sad. Gone from contender, game of the year contender to absolute zero. It's been a pain. It's been a painful watch. Yeah, and that's the thing. This game absolutely was a game of the year contender by the people, but because Sony decided to just pull a fucking some bullshit, it's yeah, I mean it's not going to. Unless somehow they have other packages for the game you can buy. So out of 195 countries in the world, I thought there were more countries in the world. Only in 18 can people still buy the game. Countries in the world. In the countries. Yeah, I'm Googling this. Dude, I don't fucking know. Yeah, 195. Yeah, that is so fucking odd. Not, there has to be a push to throw this game in the trash by someone outside of Arrowhead. Steam should offer buyers all the game's refund even if they already played it a lot. So many negative reviews from people refusing to make PSN accounts. Yeah, they should absolutely. Steam themselves. Well, because it's still a good game, right? I think PlayStation is the one because it's their rules that they are imposing this. They're doing this simply because they want to harvest data out of you. They want to ban you for saying the N word. Like they want to ban you. They want to have this grasp on your balls, and it's like, you know how many countries get like hacked? Companies get hacked, right? Or get like their data breached. Why do you want to risk that being forced to have a PlayStation account? Sony, give me your data. Public, no. Give me my money back. Sony, fuck you. Public, time to review bomb you. Steam, we don't want your game anymore, Sony. Sony, fuck you too. Yeah, and again, I feel bad for the people at Arrowhead. They just wanted to make a good game, but they are enacting these goofy retroactive laws that serve no one. Why Antarctica? Okay, Antarctica I can understand. It probably has very few people. But you know what? Fuck it. No. If they wouldn't be enacting this, why this wouldn't be an issue? It's like they're actively trying to destroy this game. And this is what I mean by censorship. They just need to give everyone refunds. The population of the game is going to absolutely die off. They are going to have to do stuff like cut those big global kill missions requirements by 90%. It's just going to be so lame, yeah. Another bullshit up there. Yeah, again, Japan is such a weird decision. Yeah, everyone. Like I don't know a single person who's defending this decision. Uganda, nah! Yep, they fucking nuking Uganda. My boys! Oh, God. Even in, like, United States territory. Oh, God, oh, no. Uganda. It's beyond mad. Sony's trying to gaslight global gamer base. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this should be... Like, I think Sony should absolutely, like, have some sort of lawsuit against them. I mean, I'm not a litigation type of guy, but selling a product off one premise and effectively being like, nope, you're not allowed to consume this, even if it's digital, right? I think that should be grounds for some sort of lawsuit. The quest for freedom will not bow to corporate nonsense. The socialist army must be stopped. Man's going idiotic. Sony killed a game that reached its expectation. Yes, the one fucking game that did the developers just put out a game that was a good game and people played the game, and Sony themselves decided they were going to destroy the game. This is what I fucking mean when I talk about corporate, like, business to business censorship. Like, you can't even release a game like a double A game, for lack of a better term, without the company or the publisher or the platform over you just giving you the fucking boot. Too bad for Democratic Republic of Congo not being able to play this democratic game, being democratically bombed. Oh, God. Now, that should be the biggest flop of all. Estonia isn't supported, but it's not there. Genius, Sony. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's countries that aren't on here. Still create a PSN account, but not via the web browser, but via the console itself, meaning you have to spend $500 on a plastic box just to create an account to be able to play Helldivers 2. That is some goofy shit. Yeah, again, U.S. territories not being able to buy the fucking game. What? Yeah, Sony's and Helldivers community managers are absolutely going crazy. I like the unknown country code. Yep. It's based in ISOs. Is actually Dubai, which makes sense since Dubai isn't a country. Yep. Or is that? Yeah, unknown country code. Yep. That is such a weird situation. Unknown country code. Yeah, let's continue this dumpster fire. In the meantime, Helldivers 2 recent reviewers on Steam are now overwhelmingly negative. Amidst continued review bombing by fans on Friday, Airhead CEO Johan Pilstedt apologized for his requirement in a statement posted on Twitter, writing, "Ouch," right in the review school. Well, I guess it's warranted, Sony. Sorry, everyone, for how this all transpired. I hope we will make up and regain the trust by providing a continued great game experience. I just want to make great games. And I 100% believe him when he says that. Again, people think it's just like, oh, I make product, I sell product, people buy product, I'm happy. No, there are several degrees of sensors that will jump in your way, like to sell a video game, a digital product. Like, I miss the days where people were like, oh, I don't care. No, people 100% do care. Like, people will come between, like, whole world governments, whole publishers, whole goddamn sites will come between you and you selling a game. Like, it is their job to do this. They get paid to do this. So the whole, oh, why do they care? They do care. And it's ridiculous. Because people say, oh, America, home of the free. It's like, no. It is not free. You can't just sell a product. Because people will come between you. Like, organizations, companies will come between you and just selling a digital product, selling a fucking video game. What the fuck is this? The controversy kicked off on Friday when Sony Interactive Entertainment announced that the grace period in which Helldivers 2 did not need to be connected to a PSN account was ending. Starting May 6th, all new Helldivers 2, yeah, okay, so it's all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will require to connect their PlayStation account to PSN. Existing players will begin seeing a mandatory login on May 30th. Okay, so it's the end of this month. Well, they'll start slapping me with the bullshit. The requirement has sparked a massive online backlash against SIE that has continued throughout the weekend. What a clusterfuck, wrote independent developer Rami Ismail on X Twitter. For all my criticism of Steam, it's incredible that they're choosing to take the hit for Sony's nonsense to ensure nobody ends up with an unusable game because of PlayStation's super limited accessibility globally. Absolutely terrible decision making by Sony. Again, I want to know the one person that defends this. The one person. Because this is just overwhelmingly a bad idea. From any metric, you use this. PlayStation has yet to respond to the account linking controversy. Yeah, I mean, they don't care. Up until Friday, Helldivers 2 was a notable win for SIE, earning Game of the Year, noticed for its excellent community management engagement. It's been one of the best-selling games of 2024 to this point, with the estimated 8 million copies sold of March 2024. Now, its future may be in doubt as fans abruptly turn on the sensationally popular game. People keep saying it's the game. No, it's Sony people are turning against. Like, I don't know, I guess people are shitting on Steam a little bit, but again, Steam is also having to, capitulate. In this moment to tweet, is this the moment to tweet what? You guys don't have phones? On serious note, we are talking solutions with PlayStation, especially for non-PSN countries. Your voices have been heard, and I'm doing everything I can to speak for the community. But I don't have the I'm going to read all this. I don't have the final say. Again, why? Why don't you have the final say? I mean, again, you're going through PlayStation, which, honestly, it sucks, but I don't think they should drop. Well, because again, they signed NDAs, they signed contracts. I don't think they can just drop PlayStation. I mean, the PlayStation system is built into the game. Think of all the Warhammer you're missing out on. Steam has pulled it out on now. Sony has pulled this. Let that be the fuel you need. Okay. I just closed down the LFGS website after stress shopping for Legion and Oh yeah, see, this is. I think this guy's a big Warhammer dude. I'm gonna follow him. Why are you acting all blameless? Like you should have known for probably years that PSN would be a requirement. And I bet it was your call that it would be not be enforced in the beginning to help the server load. I do not have a part to play. I am not blameless in all of this. It was my decision to disable account linking at launch so that players could play the game. I did not ensure players were aware of the I did not ensure players were aware of the requirements, and we didn't talk about it enough. We knew for about 6 months before launch that it would be mandatory for PS titles. Wait, if you knew about it for 6 months, then why sell it to non-PSN countries? I mean, that's a Steam thing. We do not handle selling the. Yeah, I mean, again, Sony's the publisher. At least this guy's actually on in the trenches with 5 inches with people. Curious about the thought process of allowing the game to be sold in regions where there is no PSN. If you knew 6 months before launch, it would be a requirement. Yeah, I mean, again, this guy's actually absolutely taking the hit. Thanks for your honesty. Mistakes were currently made, and it takes humility to admit it. Yeah, most game companies cannot do this. Like, they will blame you, the paying customer. I think it was Blizzard when people were like, "Oh, you're gonna release any more shit for Diablo?" And Blizzard's like, "Oh, well, we would, but it's you toxic fans doing this, that, and the other." It's like, okay, fucking idiot. Imagine you will even buy Sony games on Steam after this. Ghost of Tsushima is out of my list already. I mean, again, I believe it's just going to be games that require an terminally online presence. So, like, games that are online that has to adhere to this. I miss the anger. Palisade said Arrowhead is working on a solution, but that studio doesn't have the final say. Is this the moment to tweet? Well, I already read this. The Arrowhead CEO, who has been actively engaging with fans since Helldivers 2 launch, has been morose and even a bit poetic since the controversy began. Waking up to the sunshine of yesterday replaced with a dreary drizzle and shivering wind makes me reflect on how I spent my time those rare few moments when all was perfect. Yeah, I mean, things were going so fucking good up until the point Sony put the fucking kibosh on him. Yeah, rain is essential to growth and is what changes spring into summer. I will just have to wait for sunshine to return. I don't know about all that. So many of these countries don't understand psychology 101. What the fuck? Positive reinforcement is so much more effective. They could have made the PSN account optional and offer a cape of something, and they would have gotten so many more voluntary signups. Again, this is all through Sony, right? Sony is pulling this out. And there are places where you can't even make an account. The companies love to focus more on testing the limits, what they can get away with, absolutely. Sony has to have a way to moderate the game. They can't take action against Steam accounts. Therefore, I mean, it's 100% them wanting to sell your data, wanting to spy in on you, wanting to ban you. Like, they want this grasp on the people who buy their products for some fucking reason. Told you guys what they did was wrong, and some on here were saying I was wrong. They did nothing. Read the fine print. Well, they just pulled the game. Okay, this guy is going on a tirade against people. Sony should treat PC players with the same level of transparency and respect as their console players. I mean, the problem with Sony is they don't treat anybody. Again, Sony wants to listen in on your party chat. Like, they want to ban people for what they said in party chat. They don't have respect for anybody. Like, they believe they're a company. They can do whatever the fuck they want. But anyway, I mean, this is just a sad situation. It's something that just for some reason they decided to pull this fucking card. And it's odd, but anyway, it sucks, but what are you gonna do? See ya.